Whether screen or road information is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. We'll start with the lecture now. So today's lecture is about brief history of road development within India. Uh, Unfortunately, आपल्याला थोडंसं हिस्टॉरिकल पर्स्पेक्टिव्ह बघावं लागेल, which is what was the road situation in 19th century and how that has affected in today's years road construction. So what happened at the uh, 19th century was, as we know, before 1947 there was British rule, and around 1880, 1880, internal combustion engine was found out, revolution took place. Around 1900, motors were running on Indian roads, and there was need felt to prepare and construct the roads which will be connecting different cities. Okay. Now, in the period of before 1947, the main motive was given on connecting strategically important roads. That is, whatever the two important cities are there, that should be connected. Okay. And the major means of vehicle was bullock cart or horse cart or vehicles having steel plates. Okay. So with advent of these engines, motors, that scenario changed slightly. And around 1927, what was thought that uh, a separate committee should be established, which is going to give recommendation for road development. Before that period, uh, Indian Railways took place, and what British felt is it is a more strategically good option to use railway lines rather than road lines because mass transit is possible. And as a railway structure was developed, a road development took its toll. It was slightly falling behind. Okay. So major attention was given for uh, railway transportation, and this slightly road transportation held back. Now, what happened in 1927? A Jaikar committee was formed. A committee was formed. Mr. Jaikar was the president of that committee, and he was asked to give some recommendations for road development within India. From our exam point of view, we will be asked about this Jaikar committee recommendation. Okay. So, what are the recommendations given by this Jacob committee? Let us go through it briefly. The first sentence is very important. A road development should be made a national interest. Okay, so it is of uh, jurisdiction of a country as a state and provincial government, local government. त्यावेळेला प्रांत होते instead of states, and those who were not having the financial ability or technical capacity, civil engineers were not there that much strength. So state governments will not be in position to construct such kind of roads. Therefore, it was thought that this burden should be taken up by the central. government. Then to get the money for road construction, this is the first point where amount where it will be generated from this cess was included. So what the Jaker committee recommended that an extra tax on petrol should be set up for users of the road. Okay. Someone has started his mic. Can you check up please? I cannot see the person here. Okay, someone has stopped it. You'll do that. If you want to talk, you can talk. So to establish, another recommendation is to establish a semi-official technical institution to pull technical knowledge, sharing of ideas, and to act as an advisory committee. That is to set up a technical college which will work on these road aspects. Okay. Then to establish or to create a national level institution to carry research, development work and consulting related activities. That is to guide these civilians about road construction. There was no institution who will take up, who will think about Indian scenario and give solutions to the problems which are going to happen to these indigenous uh, problems within a country. So thereafter, with the outcome as an outcome of this committee, Indian Road Congress was funded, prepared. Okay. Then output of this Jaikar committee, it will be one more. That is the Central Road Fund was constructed in 1929. Indian Road Congress was set up, which was on 1934, and Central Road Research Institute (CRRI), which was set up in 1950. In nowadays also, if we find out IRC is there, IRC Indian Road Congress, which आपण codes वापरतो like IS codes. They have got a road construction related codes. CRRI, it is an institution. Okay, so these are the recommendations given by Jaker committee. There is then next comes the Central Road Fund, which was set up in 1929. The recommendation, another extra levy was set up on petrol for 2.4 paisa per liter. Out of that total amount collected, 20% will go to the central for carrying out the administrative expenses, research work, and bigger projects like a bridge. Whereas 80% will be allotted by the central government for various constructions within a state. That will be actually used for road construction. 20% will be for the administrative and research purpose. That was the model defined. Okay. Now, Central Road Fund, they set up one act which was again revised in 2000. Okay. Current status of this cess, petrol surcharge, is 57.5% for national highway. Okay. Means amount collected 30% for state highways, whereas 12.5% for safety work on railroad crossings, whereas 50% cess was set up on diesels for rural road development. So that's why you can understand why the petrol and diesel are costly in India. Okay. Then there comes another important agency which is called as the Indian Road Congress (IRC) 1934. Okay. The outcome. So Indian Road Congress, the outcome of this committee will be objective, you can say, to provide a national forum for regular pooling of experience and ideas on matters related to construction and maintenance of highways. याचा अर्थ all these sentences to act as a central institution which will guide people, civil engineers, in matters related to road construction. So you can check, there is a road constructed in Konkan, there is a road constructed in Rajasthan, there is a road being constructed in the Kashmir region. All these have different climatic appearances, different geographical setups, and local material availability is different. So again, traffic count will be different. Depending on every situation, this institution will set up some standard guidelines which will give us information about the standard operating procedures for road construction. Okay. Act was passed. So what are the outcomes of this motor vehicle are? Traffic laws are there, then ordinance and regulations. So right now some rule is set up that you must wear helmet while traveling on the road. That is the outcome of motor vehicle act. You must have insurance. That is the outcome of motor vehicle act. Okay. So in 1939 vehicle act, motor vehicle act, the areas of concentration where control was given was control on the driver, control over vehicle ownership, and control over vehicle operation. Control of driver, that means age limit, driving test, vehicle ownership, that means this transfer certificate, vehicle documentation, and vehicle operations, that is how you are going to drive from the left side, use the intersection, speed limit. All these initial criteria were set up. Okay. Now, hereafter, what happened? These committees felt that set up that there has to be a some longer duration plan which is going to cover road development aspects for a whole duration. Now these in 1943 some engineers gathered at Nagpur, and that conference was called as a Nagpur Road Conference. Now as an outcome of this conference, a 20-year road development plan was set up, which was 1943 to 1963. And that's why this 20-year plan is called as a Nagpur Road Plan. So for our case, from our documentation purpose, what we can understand is there were four development plans, historical point of view. So first is a Nagpur Road Development Plan, which is started, which governed from 1943 to 1963. Okay. Now, what is the outcome of this plan? Hmm. All roads were classified into five categories, and 20-year plan was again set up. Okay. Sorry. Hmm. Now, the outcome of Congress, 20-year plan was set up, and roads are classified into five categories. Then, at the end of this plan, this is important aspect I will say. At the end of the plan, a road, what you can say, density, road density of a 16 kilometer per 100 square kilometer area of the country was set as a target. But that means by the end of this 1963, India must have at least a 16 kilometer length of road per area of 100 square kilometer. Right now we feel it is a very small, but in those days this was a huge target. Okay, then as outcome of this Nagpur plan, another recommendation is given by this committee was since starting of this road committee, Nagpur plan was 1943. First World War was over, and World War was over. Probably second World War was over, uh, and the road construction, road development, road situation was in worst scenario because due to the war, no one paid attention to the basic development. And first outcome of this committee was this plan was road plan should include damage and rectification, which should be happened, which has happened due to the post-war conditions. So due to the war, जेवढे road खराब झालेले, those should be rectified. Then center, uh, yes, then central government should take part actively in development. Roads were divided into five categories as a national highway, state highway, major district road, other district road, and village roads. Another outcome was balanced development of all classes should happen. Another important criteria is major road. Major road which are national highway, state highway, major district road should have hard pavement. So those roads should be at least bituminous road should be used. Whereas other district road and village road can be earthen or water-bound macadam road. We have heard about this earthen road or water-bound macadam road in our previous lecture. Another outcome was major roads should be provided with a bridge. Now this is the important aspect we can say. We have got a case nearby there is a Vasisti river or some Jagbudi river is there. When to go for a construction of a bridge? There is an old bridge, there is a new bridge. When you should go for a construction of bridge? Again, it has to be from the importance point of view. So, as an outcome of this Nagpur plan, one criteria was set up. One criteria was set up such that whenever there is a major road, national highway, state highway, or MDR, major district road, it should be provided with a bridge only when some interruption in operation of this road is going to occur. Means that road will be going underwater for more than 12 hours at a single stretch. एखादा रस्ता 12 तासापेक्षा जास्त वेळ पाण्याखाली जात असेल आणि 12 तासासाठी सगळी ट्रॅफिक थांबून जात असेल, then that road should be connected with a bridge. So separate funding will be provided for construction of a bridge on such a road. And another criteria is such a interruption in traffic is going to happen if more than 6 times in a year. Okay, then this road should be provided with a bridge. Okay, so those are the important aspects of Nagpur plan. Now there comes 1950. Another institute was set up, which is a Central Road Research Institute, which institute is going to combine people from various backgrounds, which will be concentrating on research and technical advice given to government and industries on various problems related to road. So what type of bitumen can be utilized? What are the tests to be carried out? How to identify the category of bitumen? What is the method of construction of a road? Though such kind of problems will be addressed by the CRRI. Then there comes National Highway Act in 1956. Okay. Outcome of this Highway Act, the responsibility of development and maintenance of national highways should be with the central government. So we know national highway belongs to center, state highway belongs to state. Okay. So central government can declare any highway as a national highway or exclude any highway, existing national highway from that list. That is the given, what you can say, power to the center. Now, as 1963 year was going to end around 1961, Nagpur plan was set up from 1943 to 1963. So that was for 20 years. And within a period of 18 years only, another meeting was taken up at Bombay, and they extended road development plan from 1961 to 81. So that is another second 20-year road development plan. Okay. So this plan was called as a Bombay Road Development Plan. The outcome of this committee was to check urbanization and good communication within the rural area is essential. Okay. So what I can tell you, this second committee was set up such that some objectives will be fulfilled. Okay. So those objectives were uh, some broad guidelines which will guide road development within the country. Another objective was strategic need of country should be taken into consideration while constructing the road. I will tell you what is the meaning of exactly this word. Strategic need. Suppose government is having some funds for road development, say 50,000 crores or some 5,000 crores, whatever amount is there, and it has got some priorities. That 5-year plan, 20-year plan says that some 16 kilometer per 100 square kilometer roads should be constructed by next 20 years. But within the safety point of view, central government thinks that we can keep that road development on back end, and we must concentrate on the road development in a border area for defense purpose. That is a strategic development. Then that should be kept on a priority. Defense strategy should be priority. Okay. That freedom was given to the central government. Another outcome of this Bombay plan was road density was set up to 32 km per 100 square kilometer area. Initially it was 16, now it has been made to 32 km per 100 square kilometer. These are the key figures you have to just keep in mind. Okay. Then another construction of 1600 kilometer expressway was included in this plan. Another outcome was set up that every village within the developed area should be within the reach of 6.5 kilometer width of metalled road and 2.5 kilometer from any type of road. I will tell you the meaning of this. Suppose some area is assumed to be developed, then villages in those areas must have access to road, and that access length can be 6.2 kilometer, 6.5 kilometer if the road is paved, bituminous road, or that should be 2.54 kilometer if rural road or urban road, what about macadam road is constructed, such that at these people will be able to walk a distance of 2.4 kilometer to reach to a village road, or 6.5 kilometer to reach a paved road. So that way will ensure access to every people in case of an emergency. Then undeveloped area should be within the reach of 20 kilometers or from any of the road. So you have to go on constructing a road network such that this whatever undeveloped area is there, that buffer length is increased to 20 kilometers. Okay. For semi-developed area, same criteria for paved road will be 13 kilometer, and where unpaved or urban road it should be 5 kilometer. So semi-developed area असेल तर it should be within a reach of 13 kilometer at a distance of 13 kilometer from paved road. Okay. Another recommendation set up by this committee was a construction in stages to be adopted. Stages construction चा अर्थ काय झाला? Some road it is made in a, what we can say, urban road. It can be uh, what we can say, appended or promoted, developed into metal road. So for Konkan region, some wadi is there, some small village is there. First we can construct urban road. Then next 5-year plan, 20-year plan, it can be developed into the different variety category of road. So that will be stages development in stages. Then funds and revenues. We are talking about development. We must think about how the money is going to be raised. What are the ways they have set up? Road says should be set up on land revenue. As the cost of land is going to increase by road development, so road says should be set up on land revenue also. Then tax on all vehicles should be set up other than motors. All vehicles, all variety of vehicles. Then tolls can be introduced on bridges and roads. So whatever we are talking about, build, operate, transfer principle, the toll principle, setting up toll, that has initiated, recommended in 1961. Then another output of this Bombay plan was to introduce a 2-year course for a professional in road development. Okay, the synonymous course is ME, Masters in Transportation Engineering, in today's day. So in 1961, some certificate course kind of course was set up which will guide, train people in a road construction for a period of 2 years. Then another outcome, important outcome will be maintenance should be on priority. Only the road construction should not be taken into account, but whatever the roads which have been constructed previously, its maintenance should be given due priority. Then there comes next body, which is Highway Research Board, HRB, which was set up in 1973. Objectives: Indian Road Congress had recommended to set up this Highway Research Board to and nature, ascertain or to finalize the nature and extent of research required. कुठल्या टाईपचा रिसर्च केला पाहिजे and what should be the scope, what should be the extent to which this research should go on. Okay. Then to correlate research information, to collect, to coordinate information from various organizations within India and abroad to intimate the people about what is actually happening in the field. Then to coordinate and conduct correlation services, correlate, co-opt, and co-train services should be conducted by this agency. And to channelize consultative services to provide consultancy work. Okay. Another law is National Transport Policy Committee. Outcome: inclusion of transport, inclusion of transport as a priority sector. Then requirement of roads in rural, hilly and tribal areas in next road development plan. Then strengthening of national highway system. Then increase the funds for road maintenance and collect all villages with all weather road within next 20 years. That is the policy committee objective of this National Transport Policy Committee, which was set up on 1978. Not in much importance. Then there comes third 20-year plan. Third 20-year plan was set up in Lucknow and which is called as a Lucknow plan. Okay. Now the objectives. Why this road development plan, which is from 1981 to 2001. परत एकदा chronology बघा. 1943 to 1963, the first plan. Okay. Then instead of 63, new plan started on 61. So 1961 to 1981, second plan. And third road development plan is and was 1981 to 2001, which was Lucknow. Okay. So objectives: accessibility should be given to all villages where population is more than 500. This is important. Smallest possible village should be also connected with the accessible road. Then road development should be a priority for less industrialized areas. So initially what was happening? Wherever industries are being set up, road was being constructed in those areas. So these non-industrialized area were falling behind. And as road is not there, industry was not coming. So this was a vicious circle. Then road should be set up as a employment opportunity. So Jawahar Hamil Yojana, road construction kind of work was distributed among the people so that employment opportunities will be increased. Then another outcome was a master plan should be prepared at state level, national level, and district level, so that they will have their own objective. Okay, as country India will be having some criteria that 46-kilometer length of road. That target will be 282 kilometer within this 20-year plan. So that is the for criteria for country. State will be having some different objectives to construct the road to some special district, likewise, or say our is a district, Ratnagiri district will be having some criteria to construct a road towards some XYZ village, which is a remote place. Likewise, those master plans have to be prepared by every level. Then construction of expressways has to be taken into account. Another objective was energy conservation should be priority. Energy conservation is thought about it means vehicle pollution, vehicle maintenance was controlled. Then road quality maintenance should be improved. That is another objective. Road safety measures should be set up. Okay. Another criteria given is state highway should reach industry, commercial places, tourist attractions, and marketplaces, ports, kind of important structures. So whenever state highways are there, they should be able to connect all these important establishments. Major district areas जर असेल, major district roads असतील, those should connect villages with population of more than at least 1500. Okay. Other district road should connect population places of 1000 to 1500. That is the objective setup. Recommendation given by this committee. Provide expressways to traffic corridors. Okay. Traffic corridor, uh, we'll see in next few slides. Some road development structures are called as a traffic corridor, and those are given some special attention. Then widening of road should be done in stages. That is, a single lane road should be changed to double lane, double to three lanes, four lanes. Likewise, road development should happen in stages. Then stage-wise improvements will be taken into account for village roads. That is, first urban road should be constructed, which will be upgraded to metalled or all-weather road. Then road specifications should be finalized based on local conditions. What are the local condition? Purpose of that road, availability of local material, economy or money in hand, feasibility, bitumen conservation. Those are the parameters which will be taken into account in road construction. Then another parameter recommendation by this committee was to control on ribbon development. Ribbon developments are also suppose some Chipun city is there. There are four roads connecting to the Chipun city. And take the case of those roads, say Kherdi towards Kherdi, Chipun towards Ghat section road is going on. And as we move out of the Chipun city, on both the sides we can see lot many shops are there. Next to shop line, some villages, some homes will be there. But beyond that, not much development is going to happen. Whatever the road development is happening along the road line. So this longitudinal development is called as a ribbon development, which will be too much demanding on amenities. Okay. So if development is happening in a say distributed manner, it is beneficial because amenities will be utilized within a larger section of people. But if it is happening in a longitudinal section, urban development pattern, it will take toll on money or opportunities or possibilities of materials, provisions of material. Then another recommendation given by this Lucknow plan was attention given to the R&D. Research and development should be spared with some special attention. Data acquisition should be set up for traffic laws. Then setting up management information system which will be collecting data. Then using computer aided design. These were the outcomes of Lucknow plan. Then there comes another institution which is what we know today as the NHAI, National Highway Authority of India. This institution was set up in 1995. Responsibility to develop, maintain and operate national highway. It is a separate entity which is going to take care of national highway. And this entity will be under the control of Ministry of Road, Transport and Highways. This ministry set up one development program which is a National Highway Development Program, NHDP, And under this project, NHDP, three programs were set up. Three road major activities were constructed. That is a golden quadrilateral. You must have heard about golden quadrilateral on hoardings along the highway. In Hindi, it is also called as a Swarnim Chaturbhuj. Some kind of word is that. So it was in the age of Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Okay, and this word is now changed to next golden quadrilateral by next government. Then this golden quadrilateral was connecting roads along the four corners of the country, along the periphery. Another road type of development will be to develop north-south and east-west corridor. Okay, we'll see the images of these programs, Golden Quadrilateral and North-South corridor. Another is to connect ports. Those were the activities taken by NHDP. Okay, now this is the case of Golden Quadrilateral, a road connecting four major cities: New Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, and Kolkata along the periphery. And as it is a four corners, that's why it is being called as a golden quadrilateral. And it has brought huge development opportunities. Okay. Another will be northeast east west corridor. So here, starting from Srinagar to Kanyakumari, north to south corridor was constructed, and starting from Porbandar to I believe Silchar, this east-west corridor was constructed. That is a huge development in road. Now, before going with the chronology, okay, this I will just keep this slide for your information. How the things are happening. 1927 Jaikar Committee was there. 1929 Road Development Plan, Central Road Fund was established. 1934 Indian Road Congress was set up. 1939 Motor Vehicle Act was there. Nagpur Road Conference was set up, which gave rise to 20-year plan 1943 to 1963. That is first road development plan. Okay. Then in 1961, second 20-year plan was set up, which is after Nagpur, that is a Bombay road development plan. And then third was Lucknow, 1981 to 2001. Third road development plan, Lucknow plan. Then 2001 to 2021, one more road development plan was set up. Okay, that has not given any names, but it is called as a Vision 2021. Okay, what are the recommendations given by this plan? Half of the national highway should be 4 to 6 lanes. Okay, so that's why this road widening is being carried out, because it is written in some rules regulations, some development plans. Then remaining half of national highway should be at least 2 lane with a hard shoulders provided. Shoulders, it is the surrounding area of the road that we see detailing in the road cross section design. Then 10,000 kilometer length of state highway should be 4 lane. 40% of major district road should be 2 lane. Then village road, where it should be provided, that criteria is increased. By year 2003, population villages with population more than 1,000 should be connected with any road. By 2007, villages with population of 5,000 to 1,000 should be connected. Whereas By 2010, villages with population less than 500 should be connected. That's why in Konkan, any small wadi is being connected with the road because it is written, it is proclaimed, documented in some road development plan. Then another outcome will be attention should be given to the R&D. Additional charges, taxes should be set on fuel. I think you can use this criteria for every committee. Additional charges on petrol. Then technology should be elaborated for road construction. New methods should be adopted. Safety should be given major concern. Environmental impact assessment should be taken into account. Training of people should be priority. Another important criteria which was set up, a PPP scheme was introduced. That is a public-private partnership. So public agency, private agency, those are going to join hands and construct the road. So public agency like the government offices, private industries, they will be joining hands, taking up the road. That's why these national highways are being constructed. Tolls have been set up by the private companies in this. So I believe this will be more than sufficient for as of today's lecture. Now, if you have got any queries, you can ask now, or you are going to enter your attendance in the form ATT. मागच्या वेळेला काही लोकांनी चुका केलेल्या, परत एकदा मी नीट सांगतो. ATT हे 3 शब्द टाईप करायचे, स्पेस द्यायचा, रोल नंबर टाईप करायचा, आयदर 09 और 11 या फॉर्मॅटमध्ये स्पेस द्यायचं आणि फक्त स्वतःचं नाव लिहायचं. परत एकदा, हे कोण आहे अक्षता पाटणकर? मी काय सांगितलं? Okay, sorry, she has not yet entered the data. Now you can keep on entering your data. Sorry about that, Chika. You have to give attendance, ATT, space, your roll number and name. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, you can take the break. Yeah, you can take leave. कोणी attendance द्यायचं राहिलंय का? I'm going to stop the system. Then your attendance will not be marked, will not be entered. You can stop the recording. Okay, thank you.